Hey there everyone, Hanyou here. Welcome back to SPAZ 2, Space Pirates and Zombies 2. Last episode we got through a majority of the tutorial. There's still a little bit, obviously, but
I'd love to have you for dinner. John, I want to eat your brains.
join Richter.
Of my gratitude.
We're joining in on this fight.
I try not to start fights I can't win, but everyone makes mistakes. It's not beneath me to use one of those silly failgates if the situation should call for it. Just remember, we're going to have to dump some cargo and leave our strike craft behind if we do so.
Roger that. I don't think I'm close enough to do anything to it.
Satisfactory.
Full broadside. Doesn't seem to be any reason for me to be here, so alright, we're leaving. Nice. Scavenge.
Cargo acquired.
Scavenge.
Game saved.
You know what? We're going in.
I'm gonna paint the ship's hull with your blood.
We're going
We're
in,
not
baby.
accepting new applicants.
Oh, we got backup too. Oh yeah, bring it on. Seems it just took a little push.
I'm gonna drink the marrow from your bones.
Oh, that didn't take very long at all. We kinda nuked them. Pretty much no reason for me to be here, is there? Move 2.
I'm gonna paint the ship's hull nice.
You can.
Only I can hear you
Oh,
scream.
we got backup. One of my friendlies came from another system just to help.
Behold, my happy place.
Perks.
It is here my power grows. Using the data we have acquired from the sensors, I can refine our ships and equipment. While I would adore being able to refine every single archaic piece of junk on board, the physical nature of the universe forbids it. Treat the data analytics with respect.
Select a perk every time you level up. Without perks, you will suck and die.
There is research data that has not yet been allocated. Consider not allocating it, and instead allocate it.
Free perk. Small parts. Connect quality parts to your mothership. No need to use any more junk parts. Okay, cool. Can't do anything, huh? You must be awarded privilege to build a star base.
As much as I detest this hellborn excrement, we're stuck in a universe addicted to res. We are no different. Without it, the res drive will collapse, leaving us to limp along at subwarp. We'll be easy pickings for bandits, or anyone else looking to kick us while we are down.
Res is needed to keep the ship moving. The faster you move, the more res you burn. Res can be bought and sold.
Scanning area.
Okay.
I sense some underdeveloped crewmen require contextualization about how urgently we require these basic resources. More specifically, human resources. The ship requires an astronomical volume of periodic maintenance and repair.
I get it.
These tasks are far too dangerous to allow anyone with a shred of intellectual value to perform them. Therefore, we do not turn away many applicants. Remember, the bottom of the pyramid needs the most bricks.
Of course we need bodies to operate and maintain the ship's systems, but we also don't want to feed any more mouths than we must. Most of our food is fabricated from res. Balance is the word of the day here.
Goons are needed to both operate and repair the ship. If you do not have enough goons, the ship will decay and take damage. Beware, goons consume res over time. Goons can be bought and sold. Autofix all. Find scrap. Wait, lore first.
Once Earth's neon green oceans burned brighter than the visible sun, humanity collectively decided it was
Earth's
time to
neon
find a new
green
home.
oceans?
Pushing the very limits of science,
crap.
mankind molested the fabric of space-time to create artificial wormholes. These wormholes allow the transportation of matter across huge distances, though required a reliable exit connection. An automated starship was sent to the nearest neighboring star Alpha Centauri to construct one such connection. Following the 250-year journey, the first warp gate was established, and humanity quickly fled the rotting Earth to the new off-world colony.
The rotting Earth. We're getting there. Whee! Take all we can.
Finding good, fresh, refined alloys isn't easy. Everyone wants them, but nobody is making them. Even if we don't immediately require scrap, it's good to keep some around for trade. Every space nugget in the void will accept it as currency.
We're going to take out this
Now that we
base.
have some currency to spend, we should stock up on strike craft. We do not want to get overwhelmed when engaged by multiple targets. Plus, it gives our enemies something else to shoot at instead of us.
Keep a supply of strike craft to assist your mothership in combat. Strike craft can be purchased at star bases or found as loot from combat racks.
For Gamma's sake. Why did we drop out of warp? Carl, what is wrong with my ship?
Nothing is wrong with the ship, Elsie. I've scheduled a combat drill for today. We're getting a little too soft for my liking.
Jameson, is 3 in the morning.
Jameson, it's 3 in the morning. You don't schedule combat drills at 3 in the morning. Oh, okay, well that's not good. So...
All of the ship's command and control systems are routed through a wireless assistive simulation. A benefit of such a system is you do not have to be physically on the ship to fly it. You can astral project your command focus to another ship, while delegating the control of the mothership to artificial intelligence.
Project.
While it would make almost too much sense to allow the artificial intelligence to fly every ship, that theoretically would take all the fun out of it.
Position holding.
Ooh, my. It says move to E.
Relay point designated. Relay point designated. Position holding. Target locked. Obliterating. Babysitting duty.
Babysitting
Alright,
duty.
that's not bad. Not great, but not bad. Let's try something a bit bigger.
Okay.
Engaging.
Okay, means this asteroid over here. Okay.
Target locked. Obliterating.
Doesn't look like a normal asteroid to me.
We have sufficiently asserted ourselves
Nice.
over this inanimate material. Surely
Okay.
we must be done with these mindless examinations of competence by now.
Carl, you can fight your way out of a wet paper bag. These drills just might save your life someday. You'd be wise to put this inanimate material to use before trying your luck on something that can shoot back.
Practice the command and control system on asteroids and space junk. Leave the area when you're ready. I'm ready. Let's do this.
Engaging.
Oh my. Well. GG. Battle lost. Continue.
Now that we have strikecraft of our own, we should learn how to fight against them. It's a big galaxy, and we're not original thinkers here. We should be able to locate a border raid to our way with. They should be no match for the combined force of our mothership and strikecraft.
Neighboring starbases of a different faction will fight each other. Destroying raids is a good way to make friends with the defensive side. Destroying raids is a good way to make enemies with the offensive side. Locate a raid event. Let's see, what do we got? 2x micro missile, 2x micro missile, 10, 14.4, and 3. There we go. And then pretty much attach this stuff. And one more. And then again on this side. Hold on one second. You're not meant for that set, are you? Alright. It's a bit ugly, but it'll do. We should be good. Let's see what's over here.
Signal detected.
Oh my, this is a big chunk of land, isn't it? Alright. Let's head on in, see what they have, and yeah. Let's see, what do they got? We lost all our strike craft. I will be taking another one of these. Damn, don't have the money for it. Alright, well then. Where to from here is the question. Why does it keep centering me back onto this? I want to go here.
Map updated.
Lore, yes please. What do we get?
Following the Dark Infection, a few scientists established a group dedicated to the investigation of the Dark Entity. They reached out to the best and brightest survivors the Void had to offer. Unfortunately, they were plagued by constant bandit attacks until they enacted a minimal contact policy with other factions. Now they cling to life like the rest of the galaxy, having all but given up on the scientific endeavors it was founded upon.
That sucks. Cloning farm.
Awareness expanded. Added to cargo.
Let's see.
Map updated.
We'll go after lore here in a second. We're gonna challenge this hive and then hopefully get some backup.
Go ahead, run. It only makes it more fun to chase you.
We're gonna surrender.
I'm gonna paint the ship's hull with your blood.
I was kind of expecting them to back me up on this, but they're like, ha ha ha, you're funny, not gonna happen. Okay.
Awareness expanded.
Ooh, lore. You know what? Now they're fucking attacking the bandit hive. That pisses me off a little bit.
The Clockwork was a massive mothership, originally conceived by Don Gibson to defy the lockdown wars. It served as home for thousands of desperate people, as it made its long journey to the galactic core. When Don eventually betrayed the crew to the Dark Entity, Dawn, the Entity, and the Clockwork itself became fused into a single mass. The surviving crew spent nearly 5 years rebuilding a new Clockwork, which was later used to destroy the original ship harboring the Dark Entity. The Clockwork 2 was unfortunately short-lived. Shortly after the collapse of the Gate Network, the UTA confiscated the ship, seeing it as theirs given it was constructed mostly of UTA wreckage. It was later dismantled for scrap.
That's a pain. Head up here, grab this lore. The Dark Entity. It's good to know the past.
It is impossible to say for sure where the Dark Entity came from.
3.
Some believe it existed before time itself. Others believe it is responsible for maintaining the precarious cosmological constant through its will alone. Regardless, it is now known that the resource res stems entirely from this creature. While the entity cannot normally be physically observed, it does have a direct effect on the universe around it, flooding space with res. The function of res serves to attract technologically advanced species toward the creature, where they then can be corrupted by the Dark Infection.
Okay. Which I then assume the Dark Infection turns them into zombies?
It is absolute murder to me when we have unused analytical data like this. Unless you wish to fall asleep one night and never wake up, you'll make hay.
I'll take the increase to
Now that we are finally underway, let me remind you all that you cannot simply urinate in the corner and proclaim you are the Alpha Tusk. You are a minuscule fish in an otherwise colossal ocean of galactic proportions. Unless you wish to be dead before breakfast, read the advisory overlays I have painstakingly programmed for your survival. Do not just click past them and complain on the galactic forums that you did not get the memo. Ignorance will not be excused. Read or die.
Please familiarize yourself with the star map command functions. If you do not assimilate this information now, it will be waiting for you at dinner time.
All transportation, mining, harvesting. We already covered that. Assemble ship. Not what I wanted. Inventory, repair ships, engine mode. Boosted. Strike craft, faction info, lore, tutorials.
Scanning area.
This is a nice big area. There seems to be a lot of those around, actually, so not too surprising. The Res Drive 101.
The res-based drive allows free flight across the galaxy, unlike its gate-to-gate predecessor. It does this by creating a donkey carrot-like warp gate signal at a fixed distance in front of the ship. The ship, in an effort to resolve this, is in a constant state of warp motion toward the warp carrot. The ship is oriented by manipulating the parabolic arc of the warp carrot, forcing the warp donkey field to pivot to the operator's will. An undesirable side effect of the res drive is an unsatisfactory exit trajectory. The ship tends to exit randomly near large gravity sources within a few light years of the calculated exit. However, unlike real donkeys, which are often ill-tempered and solitary animals, the warp donkey fields are attracted to one another. This attraction allows ships to de-donkey near each other, overcoming the res drive's accuracy shortcomings.
Okay. That's weird terminology you got there, not gonna lie. Warp donkey?
Signal detected.
Another piece of lore. What do we got? Mackenzie.
Countless efforts have been made to ascertain the surname of Mackenzie, as well as his mysterious mental affliction. Due to his limited ability to articulate himself, most of the crew consider him to be the ship's pet, rather than a human being. He often causes mischief, eating and drinking just about anything not bolted to the hull. Despite his antics, he obsesses over the mothership's operating condition, making him an ideal caretaker for ship systems.
Hell. How did she... That's weird. Anyway. Like I said, the way it pronounces certain things and enunciate and stuff like that
expanded.
is... what do we got?
After the discovery of an ancient alien warp gate, it was theorized that the dark entity had previously cleansed the galaxy of all life, reseeding it afterward for later consumption. This process may also have been a recurring cycle, to which the creation of all life originated. While the builders of the ancient gate were long extinct, humanity was successful in refurbishing it. It led to a twisted dimension where the dark entity's physical body resided. With the location of its corporeal form now accessible, it succumbed to a flurry of bullets and bombs not unlike the life forms humanity was previously familiar with.
So in other words, if it bleeds, you can kill it, essentially, is what it's saying.
Area. Signal detected.
More lore.
Elsa was born and raised on Earth, which happened to be one of the last worlds to come under UTA control during the Lockdown Wars. Her and her father were recruited by the UTA to mine the Sol system for what little res it had. When her father died, she became aimless and resentful. Eventually, she was befriended by Don Gibson, the leader of the growing UTA resistance. saving her from eventual starvation. She was fiercely loyal to Dunn, and became second in command of the renegade fleet. Despite her troubled past, she had always managed to stay lighthearted and governed by strong morals. She was devastated to discover Dunn had been under the influence by the infection. Enraged, she took control of the Clockwork and crew to hunt down Dunn and destroy the dark entity. Having eventually satisfied that goal, she has now grown cold and nearly unrecognizable by her fellow crewmates. Driven aimlessly by guilt, she commands the surviving crew of the Clockwork on an endless mission to cleanse the last of the infection.
An admirable goal, I'm sure. Anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, please consider leaving it a like. Don't forget to subscribe for more content in the future. And until next time, everybody, have a good one. I'll see you later. Bye.